Is Ja Morant now actively throwing games to get traded? That is the allegation. We are diving into it right now. Here are two plays versus the Rockets.
Howard's 8th rebound of the game. Morant. Whoa.
I mean, all right. There's a fastball, as we heard, and then just a bad turnover. Okay, nothing too crazy there. I've been searching Twitter, though, to find everything we can on this Ja Morant situation, and I think we need to watch this right now. All right, so we just watched Kevin Durant just actively tell Ja Morant's father that Ja does not want to be in Memphis. Kevin Durant has been on a legendary on-court trash-talking run lately. But if you were not in the know, after having a horrible performance against the Los Angeles Lakers, Ja Morant blamed the coaching staff. However, we need to make our own opinion right here. Was Ja in the right, or was he just playing absolutely awful? And did he give up on his teammates? Now we have the game tape right now to react to, so let's react. Two open threes. I will say, Ja, you need to work on your jumper. If there's one thing that we know for sure, it is that Ja Morant has not been practicing hard enough. We'll get into that. You might be a big Ja fan. I'm sticking to this opinion. Look they're going under the screens. Brick, 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 brick. A lot of bricks. Building a house. Not again. He's shooting like he's Luka. That shot's fine. Of course, driving to the basket takes a lot more effort than just launching up threes. You are not Kobe, sir. I am sorry. Not again. Not again! The sounds from the rim are so hard. No. What the? So that's just the offensive highlights. Offensive lowlights. But here's what's important. After a loss to the Lakers, Ja completely blamed the coaching staff. He took no accountability at all. The question that we have is, who is in the right here? We're investigating to get an answer.
What's wrong to you today?
I'll go ask the coaching staff.
Do you feel like, I mean, there was anything you could do differently, I guess?
You go ask them. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, and the outside may be wrong, but from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
Go ask the coaching staff why. Okay, so no accountability. Let's immediately pull up Blake Griffin's thoughts here.
See from Ja Morant, Blake.
I didn't love what I saw from Ja Morant tonight. And coming off a ball screen, passing
Their
the ball
speed
like
is his number one weapon.
Cutting to the corner.
Why didn't he drive right past this white boy all series?
That's just not what's going to get it done for Memphis. And now the back cut, I think you got to go for that right there. And then the very next possession coming down, you're kind of just standing in the corner.
Okay, here we go. There we go. This is what we need to see.
Not even really engaged at all. Almost having a conversation with Marcus Smart. That to me is a very bad sign, and it's something that it has to change.
We've heard a lot about NBA criticism going too far, attacking the players too much, but at the end of the day, when you are a player like Ja Morant, when you are a superstar label player who's getting paid a max contract to be the leader of a franchise, you have certain responsibilities. Plain and simple. We don't really need to sugarcoat this. Looking at Ja's stats, they are just absurdly down across the board. What are we talking about here? 38.3% shooting Ja Morant, 14% from three Ja Morant. This isn't a Jimmy Butler situation where Jimmy was still at least performing pretty well on the court with the Heat. And this happens because we need to remember sometimes guys get the bag, they get paid a ton, and then that work ethic, that hunger to go and get paid $40+ million a year just evaporates. All right, so looking at Ja's stats, we do have a very promising game right before all of this happened. It was against the Phoenix Suns, who are terrible. So here is the Lakers game: 3 for 14 shooting, 0 for 6 from 3, 7 assists, only 1 turnover, but just 8 points. Overall, one of the worst performances he's probably had in the last like 4 or 5 years. And since then, things have just gotten no better. 0 for 4 from 3, 1 for 7 from 3. He is throwing up big bricks. The assists are at least there. I mean, he's playing okay in that way, but 11 turnovers in the last 2 games. Also not fun. I think a lot of people are going to defend Ja because they love Ja, but If we are watching a superstar get paid and just get worse year after year, we are in Ben Simmons Zion territory. If we're being honest, we're just being honest here. Now, maybe he needs a fresh start, but the question is why? What has suddenly changed? The answer might be the head coach. So right here we have the reported tension between Ja Morant and his new head coach has come from sub patterns prioritizing shorter, more intense stints. And then we have this only works in Europe because the gap between role player and star is much smaller than the NBA. I 100% disagree with this working in the NBA when the other team has Luka Doncic on the court and you're trying to counter his offense with Santi Aldoma's. Bad things can happen. I do agree looking at this tweet that as wild as all this stuff is, all this can be resolved. However, it's going to take probably the head coach really lowering his ego here, because I don't know if Ja is going to lower his own ego after we watch this updated clip where Ja just pulls a Jimmy Butler. I mean, I guess Jimmy Butler now has an iconic line of "I've lost my joy for basketball."
I've been able to talk about what happened Friday and move on.
Y'all asked that question to them, huh?
What about for you?
Y'all asked that question, so y'all know the answer to that.
Do you feel like everything's been resolved?
Yeah. They told y'all that, right?
Well, yeah, but
There
we
you
didn't
go.
hear it from you.
Obviously, they can't go and tell y'all something I ain't say.
You feel like you get the same joy right now? We used to.
Oh, they baited
no.
him. Never mind, they baited him.
What can be done to get it back?
We'll see.
How about $40 million and you living in a mansion and living the best life possible?
They told
I
you
have
that, right?
zero feelings other than you're getting paid so much, dude. Be a professional. Let's be honest.
Do you have any regrets about the way you played on Friday night in the second half?
You said what?
Do you have any regrets about the way you played in the game? I'm not talking about the
That's your home run question?
Like, you could be like, yeah, I didn't play my best. I mean, how is that a bait question? The bait question was the joy question. And you walked right into it. Former Grizzlies coach says, beginning of the end for Ja Morant in Memphis. But here's the problem. Ja Morant's trade value around the league is reportedly very low. Because of his contract and off-court issues, which we're well aware of, lobbing grenades into the stands after a lot of, things, which I actually find that hilarious. But because of that, we have currently Ja Morant at his lowest trade value, which could, in the right situation, actually give us an incredible team. Like if he were to be traded for a team that needs a point guard to get over the hump and they don't have to give up too much for him, that would be exciting to see. One of the teams that is interested is the Minnesota Timberwolves. I would be extremely interested to see if Anthony Edwards and Ja were able to fit on the court. Now, Ant has been such a knockdown shooter that maybe Ja and him, maybe their play style does work. I mean, we watched LeBron and Dwayne Wade. They were both slashers to the rim. They won 2 championships together with the Miami Heat, so it is possible. Really just get into dangerous territory if you have 3 guys like that. But the Minnesota Timberwolves have defensive / 3-and-D wings, so this could work. I would be interested in this, but Memphis would be blowing up their team. It is quite literally never smart to just make a panic move when things are not going well. And they do have Ja's contract all the way till the 2028 season. So they could just let this ride out for this year and next year. Trade Ja in the summer of 2026. They could trade Ja 2027 trade deadline. They don't have to move him. The real question is, do they think that his trade value will improve? My answer to that is the 76ers waited on Ben Simmons and they at least got back James Harden. So if we're being honest, someone probably will end up wanting to take a chance on Ja. Someone will see that year 3 potential, 27 plus points per game, the one where he looks like a young Derrick Rose, be like, hey, maybe he's had off-court issues, but in the right situation, we can fix this. I do like Melo's take here. Ja has to man up. You're being tested again to see if you're going to fold or withstand the test of time. Coaches are testing you. Organization is testing you. The city, the fans. For me, how are you going to bounce back? How are you going to move on from this? How are you going to own up, man up? Look yourself in the mirror, take ownership to your part, and still go out there and do what you got to do. Put your big boy pants on. Let's go play basketball. Wow. All right. So Melo's not holding back at all. Meanwhile, we have Perk saying that he thinks that Josh should go to Miami to revive his career. The organizations that whisper behind their coaches' backs and don't have their backs, their teams are trash. So again, I feel like this relationship has run its course. I do think it's time for Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies to part ways. I think there's only one option. He needs Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, Miami Heat type of structure. We also just saw Jimmy Butler have that type of structure, and he himself lost joy in basketball. So This is a very tense situation. I mean, Ja, of course, has all of the talent in the world, and if he can tap into that, he is right there to be an all-NBA player, to be a leader of a franchise. But we cannot discount the fact that he has been getting worse every year, and we cannot discount the fact that he has not improved on his three-point jump shot. And yeah, so just looking at this last tweet, Ja just does not respect current head coach. Even more right here, tension between Ja Morant and head coach. Looking at the advanced numbers here, 15 PER, completely dropped. Value over replacement player, negative. Box score plus minus, negative. Win shares per 48 minutes, 0.001. Like, he's not providing anything good of value right now for the Grizzlies. I will finish my thoughts with, I do think that this situation is terrible. I don't see it being resolved. So if the Grizzlies can get someone back that makes sense for them, then okay, let's go ahead and do it. I am rooting for Ja. I also want to make that clear. I'm always rooting for a player to rebuild their career and to be just successful. I am eternally optimistic. I want the best for everyone. So I am rooting for Ja, even if I was, tough on him in this video, because he's supposed to be a superstar level player who you expect to take accountability for his actions and to be a leader. We're able to hold him to that standard when he's making that kind of money and when a franchise and a city is trusting in him. Now, I want to know what you think down below. If you like this video, I think you're also going to really enjoy this one. As always, have an awesome day and peace.